Welcome to HASviolet. In this video, we'll talk about the minimal hardware you need to enjoy tossing some RF into the air. What we'll start with is this type of setup, which is simply the hat, the RPI 0, and the antenna with some cable. You can procure all your hardware for the minimal configuration from Adafruit. Here we have a URL to a wish list we've assembled. You can procure the Pi 0 with the header. Next, you need to procure the LoRa radio bonnet. Be very sure you're purchasing this part number, the LoRa radio bonnet, because there is another bonnet for doing it's just simple FSK, but we're not using that bonnet for this. Plus, you have the cable adapter to go from the bonnet to an antenna. In this case, it's a quad band antenna from Adafruit. It uses an SMA connector, so this way in the future, if you want to use some other type of antenna, you can go ahead and directly attach that. We start with a quality SD card, class 10, and a USB adapter for the micro SD card, so we can go ahead and put an image on it. Next, we need to get the imaging software. If you go to raspberrypi.org/software, you want to download the Raspberry Pi Imager. It is available for Ubuntu, Windows, Mac OS, and all those flavors. Go ahead to the site, download, and run the installation for the Imager software. You'll get a very simple window once you've run the program. You'll start with choosing your operating system, and the way we'll go ahead and do that is we'll click on Choose OS. We'll go ahead and select the Raspberry Pi OS Other, and from there we'll go ahead and select Raspberry Pi OS Lite. Next, we choose our SD card, which you should already have mounted in the machine. We click on that, and we go ahead and click Write. This will go on for a while writing, and then it'll hang at probably 99% for a while. Don't get nervous, just be patient. Writing to an SD card. Then it'll go ahead and quickly verify it. And after it's all done the verification, you'll be given a window saying that it is already created, formatted, the image is on it, and you can go ahead and remove the card if you so wish, but we're not going to do that just yet. We're just going to go ahead and click continue, and then we're going to go ahead and exit the program. With the Pi image created, I still need to tweak that image by adding 2 text files on there so I can go ahead and remotely connect to the Pi. So one of the first things I'm going to do is find where I have this the SD card mounted. I remember it's SDC, so I'm going to go ahead and go check where it's at there. So it's Media Joe boot is what I need to get to. I need to get to the boot partition of that SD card. Once I'm in that boot partition, I go ahead and do touch SSH. It creates a blank file called SSH. It tells the Pi to go ahead and enable the SSH server when it goes ahead and reboots. And then the next file I need to create is the wireless, because I want to do a wireless connectivity to an existing network. So I go ahead using the VI editor in Linux, wpa-supplicant.conf. From here, I go ahead and paste my wireless configuration. And I go ahead and save it. With everything saved, what I want to do is go to the root directory, exit out, do a sudo sync, which makes sure any pending writes are written to the SD card. And then go ahead and unmount the SD card. Once I unmount it, I'm going to remove it and put it into my Pi.